Hola everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Jesus and this is Weirdo Beauty. For today's makeup video, I'll be showing you how I do my eyebrows step by step. If you can see, my eyebrows are growing out a bit and I need to reshape them. So I like to take a small pair of nail scissors and cut off the hairs on the bottom of my brow and any hairs that mess up the shape of my brow. And I'm very careful not to point the scissors in my eye or into my skin and cut almost to the bottom of the strand of hair that I don't want. I don't wax or get my eyebrows done because I've never tried it, but if you have any tips on waxing them yourself, let me know so I don't have any unnecessary hairs at the bottom of my brow. Now I am not a professional makeup artist, so take what I say with a grain of salt. This is just how I do my makeup, and I try and use tips from actual professionals. Now usually I like to use a brow pencil, but I have the e.l.f. Lock-On Liner and Brow Cream, so for the moment I'm using that on the e.l.f. Eyebrow Duo Brush until I run out, because if I don't use it now, I'll never use it. I take a little bit of brow cream on the angled liner side of my brush, and to map out my brows, I put a dot at the beginning of my brow where it lines up with the outer edge of my nose. Then I place a dot above the outer edge of my eye pupil where my brow is, and that dot should be higher than the first dot so there's an arch to the brow. The last dot is placed at the tail of my brow, and to know where to place it, I use my brush and place it at a 90-degree angle, lining it up underneath the outer corner of my nose and the outer corner of my eye, and the tail of the brow should be lower than the arch, but not lower than the inner corner of the brow. Then taking some more brow cream, I connect the dot I placed at the arch and the dot where my brow tilt is, and make sure the arch curves up a bit. Then I line the top of my brow above the arch and connect it to the end of the tail, and I make sure the top arch curves upward a bit as well. I then fill in the end of my brow, and if the tail goes too low, I use the spoolie to remove the brow cream. I also use the spoolie to clean up the top of the tail. I take a bit more brow cream and line and fill in the middle of my brow, and with the extra product, I fill in the front of my brow, making sure it's very light and not as dark as the tail of my brow. I use the spoolie to blend in the beginning of the brow with the middle, and the middle blending in with the end of the brow. Now usually if I'm doing my normal makeup routine, which I'll link the video to in the upper right corner, I don't clean out my eyebrows with concealer because it looks weird to me. But if I'm doing a makeup look for a YouTube video, Instagram, or TikTok, I like to clean it up with concealer just so it looks polished. The concealer I'm using is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Medium Beige, and I'm also using the e.l.f. Flat Eyeliner Brush. I like to use a concealer that's close to my skin tone and not lighter, because I find that using a lighter concealer looks weird on camera, and if it's close to my skin tone, it blends in nicely with my foundation. I like to take a little bit of concealer on my brush and follow the shape of my brow and line the bottom of it, but if there's a spot that throws off the shape of my brow, I cover it up with concealer. I'm doing the same with the top of my brow and connect it with the concealer at the bottom and try to make the tail of my brow very thin at the end, and using concealer helps. I then take off the extra product off my brush on my hand and I start to blend the concealer lines. For the top of the brow, I blend the concealer upward, and for the bottom of my brow, I blend the concealer down, being careful not to touch the colored part of my brow. And just to make sure it's fully blended, I use the tip of my beauty sponge. The one I'm using is by Real Techniques, and I blend the concealer more. I'm going to do the other brow off camera and I'll be back to show you how it looks with a full face of makeup. This is how the brow looks with a full face of makeup, and I honestly love how they look. If you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel, watch another video, and turn on the notification bell to get notified when I upload a new video. I'll leave links to my Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and TikTok if you'd like to follow me on there as well. I'll see you on the next video. Adios!